Hey, I'm Chuck Litchfield. That's the right response. Yeah, I am also a practicing Christian, former pastor. That's the response I expect. Yeah, 30 years in the ministry, and things are tough, you know. Any married folks in the crowd? Yeah. Yes, I see that hand. Good, we got a church crowd. My wife is my toughest critic. And one day she looked at me, she said, "Honey, you've got to talk about the stupid things you say." I said, "That's a problem, because I don't say stupid things." That's what she did. She said, "I'm going to go easy on you. Dropping Def Leppard lyrics in the middle of your sermon at an ultra-conservative church, not your best move." I'm considering it. She said, "Do unto others and pour some sugar on me. Don't go together." Okay, I'm listening. "To be like Jesus and I'm hot, sticky, sweet. That is not a good look." I said, "You're probably right." So, it's probably a good thing I got out of the ministry when I did. I was working on a sermon. The tongue is an unruly evil. And I was walking around singing, I heard it through the grapevine. Yeah. I think I'm a little more in touch with my human side than a lot of preachers are. Because one day I saw a bumper sticker that said, "My boss is a Jewish carpenter." And I said, "Big deal. Mine's a 4-foot-tall French idiot." Then I realized what it meant. I thought, you're not very smart. That's all right. I have a 5-year-old biracial granddaughter who is autistic, and that's her superpower. And she can say whatever she wants to say. We go to a church where we're the minority, and she walked up to a man one day, and she stuck her hand out, and she said, "Are you brown?" Woo! I need a rock to hide under. But there she is, love that kid. I've got 5 kids of my own. Same 5 kids my wife has. Huh? Imagine that. Together we have 10. No, we got 5 kids. And they're special. Each one has a nickname for what I've had to pay for. I've got a divorce lawyer. Yeah. Tough when you're a pastor. We've got semester abroad. Also tough when you're a pastor. We have rehab. Now, these are all tough when you're a pastor. I have professional student. She just had her crown of achievement, graduated. And I have my youngest one, which is to be determined. I think we're figuring that one out, though. Divorce lawyer, got married, dropped out of college because she couldn't wait to get married, and 2 kids didn't fix the problem with that guy. So I paid for a divorce lawyer, and we moved on. Semester abroad, Bob came to me one day and said, "Hey, Dad, I want to go to England to study." And I said, "You didn't crack a book in high school. How is Europe going to help?" But he went, and he came back. All he had was a fake accent and a cheap t-shirt. Money well spent. Then my rehab, he dropped out twice. He said, "I'm no quitter." Yeah. I want you to know that boy, he's amazing. He works for me now. He's turned his life around. He's doing really well. Matter of fact, I think he's going to pass me someday. But not in the ministry, okay? I have a secular job where I fix things, supposedly. Couldn't fix people, so I started fixing things. But professional student, 7 years in college, and she studied everything from anthropology to zoology, I think. Finally, she did graduate with something, and she's a mom now, so that's great. And then the youngest one, she's just a tremendous artist. And I think that's where all my money's gone for the last 17 years. I can't handle any more sparkles, sprinkles, or sequins, but there we are, and people always say that God has a sense of humor. Have you heard that? Yeah. Well, I can tell you that the church people don't. And that's why I'm here. Yeah. Have you guys heard about the new Looney Tunes movie? It's a biblical epic. Anybody know who Saul of Tarsus is? Okay. Elmer Fudd is playing the role of Saul of Tarsus. Yeah. He said, wait for this line. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting Christians. I wasn't sure that would work. But hey, you guys have been great. Let's get big back up here.